Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. There's a lot of controversy surrounding fats. One diet expert will say eat all the fat you want, while another says fats are bad for you. In this video, I'll review what are fats, the relationship between fats, triglycerides, and cholesterol, the types of fats, medium-chain triglycerides, and fats and diet. First, what are fats? Technically speaking, fats are triglycerides. Your doctor performs a routine blood test to check for the amount of triglycerides in your blood. Normal is usually considered to be any amount less than 150 milligrams per deciliter. Fats are triglycerides that are solid at room temperature. Fats include butter, shortening, lard, and coconut oil. Oils are triglycerides that are liquid at room temperature. They include canola, olive, soybean, and sunflower. Another term for fat is lipid. Lipids include high and low density lipoproteins, better known as cholesterol. While cholesterol is a type of lipid, it is not a triglyceride. Cholesterol is listed separately from fats on the nutrition facts label. Most foods have some form of fat, but only dairy, meat, poultry, and fish have cholesterol. While cholesterol can come from your diet, the majority of blood cholesterol is made by the liver. You can be a strict vegetarian and still have high blood cholesterol. Total blood cholesterol consisting of HDL and LDL should be less than 200 milligrams per deciliter. HDL should be 60 milligrams per deciliter or higher, and LDL less than 130 milligrams per deciliter. One viewer asked why triglycerides isn't listed in my videos. Actually, it is listed, since triglycerides are fats. What I believe this viewer wanted to know was the level of medium-chain triglyceride. Medium-chain triglyceride is associated with high saturated fat, coconut, and palm oils. Palm oil is used in many mass-produced cakes, candies, and cookies. This fig cookie has more palm oil than soybean oil. MCT is used to justify unproven health benefits of coconut oil. Coconut oil is classified as a saturated fat because over 80% of the fat is saturated. Medium-chain triglyceride increases with coconut and palm kernel oil processing. Coconut oil can be organic, unrefined, organic, refined, and highly refined, allowing it to be liquid at cool room temperature. This refined coconut oil claims to have 4 times the medium-chain triglycerides of unrefined coconut oil. Decades ago, another highly processed man-made fat was hailed for its health benefits. That fat was made from partially hydrogenated oils and found in margarine, shortening, cooking oils, and thousands of prepared foods. It was always known that partially hydrogenated oils were high in trans fatty acids. It's only recently that it was discovered that trans fat increased LDL, decreased LDL, and increased your risk for heart disease. 7 out of 10 Americans believe coconut oil is healthy, but 7 out of 7 clinical trials showed coconut oil increases LDL cholesterol. There's a lot of marketing, but currently there are no published, peer-reviewed clinical trials validating any of the claimed health benefits of coconut oil. All animal foods and most plant foods have some amount of fat. The fat can be saturated, polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, and naturally occurring trans fat. Dietary fat has 2 or more types of these fats. The predominant fat determines if a fat is saturated or unsaturated. Butter is classified as a saturated fat because 51% of the fat is saturated. It also has about 3% trans fat, or 0.4 grams per tablespoon. Olive oil is a monounsaturated fat because the predominant fat is monounsaturated. Unlike butter, vegetable oils like olive oil have zero trans fat. Over 80% of the fat in coconut oils is saturated fat. Coconut oil has zero trans fat. Many fad diets make unsubstantiated claims about the health benefits of fat, including butter, coconut, and other saturated fats are good for you, and you can lose weight by eating fat because you can't eat too much fat. If all these claims are true, why is heart disease the #1 cause of death in the United States? Take the claim that it's impossible to eat too much fat because your body will control the total number of fat calories in your diet. That claim contradicts published clinical trials showing most people do not know when to stop eating. This restaurant roast beef sandwich with fried potatoes has 1,570 calories and 70 grams of fat. After eating this sandwich, how many of you can resist adding a little dessert like this chocolate brownie with 950 calories and another 50 grams of fat? Just this one meal has about 2,500 calories and 120 grams of fat. It's equivalent to eating a 4-ounce stick of butter, and it doesn't include the calories and fat in the complimentary bread provided before your meal. The amount of fat in foods can be deceiving. Avocados have more fat than most fruits and vegetables, but it's only 16% fat by weight. Pumpkin seeds are 19% fat by weight. A ribeye steak has between 11 to 30% fat by weight, depending on how much of the trimmable fat you eat. Tree nuts are 57% fat by weight. Butter and full-fat margarine, 85% fat. And refined oils, 100% fat. Fats give foods their distinct flavor, and most people enjoy eating foods high in fat. Fat is essential. Fat provides energy. Fat provides fat-soluble vitamins, and it insulates and protects internal organs. Some fats and fat-soluble vitamins are anti-inflammatory. So how much fat should you eat? It really comes down to total calories. Are you physically active on a daily basis? Or are you sedentary and spend most of your time in a chair or on a couch? Of the 4 sources of energy, carbohydrates, protein, alcohol, and fats, fat provides more calories per gram than any other form of energy. The American Heart Association recommends limiting total fat calories to 20 to 35% of total daily calories. If you need 2,000 calories per day, you should limit the amount of fat to between 400 to 700 calories. The recommendation for saturated fat is between 5 to 6% of total daily calories. These are suggested limits for total and saturated fat. They are not hard and fast rules, and you have a range to work with depending on what your body needs and your overall health. Are your weight, blood pressure, triglycerides, and cholesterol normal? Is there a family history of heart disease or stroke? And do you have a fat-soluble vitamin deficiency? Some takeaways from this video include most foods have some fat. Fat is essential for good health. Omega-3 and fat-soluble vitamins are anti-inflammatory. Saturated fat raises blood cholesterol. Limit fats to 20 to 35% of calories. And the source of most blood cholesterol is the liver. Please leave a comment if you have any questions about this video. Thank you for watching and healthy eating.